In this tutorial, I'm going to be demonstrating how to order business cards through storefront, which is the University Printing Services online ordering system. There'll be a few ways that you can navigate to this website. There will be a link on the Information Technology website page and the University Printing Services website page, or you can open up a web browser and navigate there by typing in a URL. I'm going to type in csudh.edu/storefront. And it's going to take me to a page where I'll have to type in my campus, username, and password, and then I can log in. Now I'm in the store. The configuration of this page might look a little different depending on what items are in these featured categories. More items might be added here as we go along. But for this example, I'm going to order business cards, and business cards are a type of campus stationery. So I could either click here on business cards because that is one of the featured items, or I can go to this menu, click on campus stationery, and click on business cards. And that's the item I want, so I'm going to click on buy now. Now this is going to be a little bit different to some jobs where you're going to upload a PDF. This is a smart canvas, so it means that I can type in certain fields, but then certain parts of this I'm not going to be able to alter, and that's because we want to keep a consistent university branding. So I'm going to give it a job name, and it is, I'm going to do this for that made-up person, Joe Blogs business card. Try and make it intuitive and match whose business card it is. There are preset quantities that I can order, and that's going to change the price. The minimum is $2.50, but I could also order up to 1,000, and you'll see down here how the price will be changed. So you do get a little bit of a cost break the more cards you order, but then some people don't need that many cards, so I'm just going to order $2.50 today. Now, there are two template versions that I can choose from. This address-free line version is going to be appropriate for most people, but if you're someone who needs a lot of title lines, you can switch this other format, or it could be a preference on the look. But with this version, you won't be able to put in a very long building name. You may have to use the building name abbreviations, but this allows for up to 3 titles on this version. In this example, I'm going to use the address-free lines, and my preview changes when I switch between these two options. So I'm going to type in the name of the person on the business card, Joe Blogs. Actually, I didn't even need to type that in caps because this is set to automatically do all caps. You have the option of putting a credential. You don't have to, but if you've earned that PhD, you might want to put that in. Also, if you're an alum of CSUDH, you might want to put in your graduation year. Joe's a very smart guy. He got his PhD. This is not preset for any formatting, so we recommend caps most of the time, but in PhD we do like to have that lowercase h, so I'm leaving that there. And my preview will update. You could put a job title, a second title line. Usually this is going to be your department. You'll need to type in the caps, but it's going to automatically format to italics. You can see on this line, this next field here, this is only appropriate for the other options. So if I typed in a third line, it's not actually going to show up. It'll only show up if I've chosen address line 2 up here, then it will show up. So you can always switch between the two and see which is working the best for you. So this next field is only going to show up on the to address line option. So if I'm going to put Welsh Hall 222, it's not going to show up here, but it'll show up here. You don't have to put the building location, especially if you're someone who knows your office is going to move in the near future. In this case, it has preset options. So this is based on the campus map. I'm going to choose my location. And then if I want to type in the building, the room number, you can type that in and then that will show up. You may need to use this left-hand scroll bar to scroll down to be able to enter all the fields. You can enter up to 4 contact numbers. You don't have to enter 4. You can choose the ones that are most beneficial for you. Some managers don't want people to call their direct line. They want it to go to the office line. Some people like to include their cell. Some people have fax. A lot of people don't have fax anymore these days. So I'm going to type in some numbers. These offices have been pre-formatted because most of our offices are going to start with 310, 243, but you can always edit that too if you happen to be off campus or something like that. If you want to put your direct number. You can also choose no number from that menu. But then you would want to make your contact number field blank, but I do want to direct. If you want to add a cell, you could. And this is going to be pre-formatted. As long as I put the right number of digits, it will automatically format into our desired format there. You know, you can add a fax as well if you want. 8675309. And then you can enter your email address. It's going to end in CSUDH.edu, so just type over this text here that says email with your email prefix, jblokes. And once that's all ready, review all your contact information, make sure that is correct. And if that looks good, you can add that to your card. And it's going to ask you to update the preview. I'm going to press OK. Just making sure this preview loads again. It's a little extra step. So it's going to give me my preview of what's going to go to the printer. And that looks the same as what I'd entered, so that's good. So now I'm going to add that to the card again. And it's going to make me agree that I've reviewed this, I've checked all my contact numbers, I've checked my spelling, everything's correct, because University Printing is not responsible for any errors. Now that's been added to my cart. So this is much like any kind of online store that you might shop with at home. If I wanted to add more items, I could go to other categories and add more items so that I'm only checking out once. In this case, I'm just going to place this one order. So I can either go to checkout or I can click on my cart there. Now I need to select the due date. It'll tell me turnaround time for business cards is 8 days. So the earliest I can select is going to be the 28th. In this case, cards take a little bit longer. They have to have a coating. They need time to dry. So I can't add a rush fee. 8 is just the minimum amount that it takes. So order in advance. I could select days in the future. The 28th is Thanksgiving, so maybe I'm going to choose a date in December. I don't need them straight away. I'm planning ahead for a conference, but so I'm going to select save. And if everything looks good, you can also change the quantities here if you changed your mind. You could save it for later if you're not ready to order right now, but you don't want to lose all that text that you've put in, then you'll be able to navigate to that later on. So I'm going to proceed to checkout because that looks good. There are 2 delivery methods. You can have it delivered. This might have auto-populated based on your profile that's set up for you in the Toro Print shop. If you are ordering for someone, you might be an admin assistant who is ordering cards for someone in your department, but you want them delivered to that person, then you could change the delivery information. A lot of people just check pick up from the print shop because we're right in Welsh Hall and we're easy to find. So I'm going to order from the print shop. I'm going to check that everything looks okay. And if that looks okay, I'm going to proceed to payment. There are 2 ways that you can pay. You can pay using your chart field string, and that's probably what you're going to choose if you are ordering business cards for someone. There is an option to pay at the cashier, and it'll give you instructions that you have to take an invoice to the cashier window and then bring a receipt back. But we're going to pay by chart field string. We need an account number, a fund, and a department ID at the minimum. Depending on your user profile, you might only be able to select certain things from the drop-down menu. So I'm going to just select this for my sample. Nothing will be charged, don't worry. And then I'm going to place my order. And then it's going to give me an order confirmation. I'm also going to receive an order confirmation in my email. And I'll receive an invoice. The invoice might take a little bit longer to come through as that has to be manually checked by University Printing Services. So I hope that has helped explain how you can order business cards, and very similar processes will be involved for other items where we use the Smart Canvas, like letterhead, envelopes, and we'll be adding more items as we come along.